Hello guys, this is Pap from Pap back at it again, and today we are here with my version of the Master Paladin deck. For all who do not know, we just got a new skill to unlock with yugioh in the lifetime missions, and you know, this skill, the first impression was that it was just bad, and maybe it is because he has a hard condition, and this hard condition is that you cannot play two copies of the same card unless it is a dark spellcaster monster, and so this kind of course reduce the consistent of any combo you want to bring out to the deck. Just for example, if you want to play Dark Magical Circle Navigation, you can just play one copy and one copy, so you won't really have that much chances to draw into them, so that's really hard. But I find a way to get a consistent combo, just playing around the test of the skill. But before jumping right into it, guys, just a quick reminder: if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it and really helps me a lot. Let's jump right into it. So I'm here with yugioh, of course, and his Master Fusion Paladin. So let's just read the skill really quickly. We've got, you can return one Dark Magician or spell trap that contains Dark Magician in its text to add the Buster Blader from outside of your deck to your hands, and a Polymerization from outside your deck as well. So that's pretty nice. They basically give a +2 for free. Actually it is a +1 because you have to return one card from your hand to the deck, but that's fine. And we have two hard conditions. The first is understandable, that is that you can only activate if you begin the duel with you can only special summon one monster, and you cannot special summon monsters your opponent's turn. This is basically to avoid you using maybe the fusion spell of the Buster Blader, the quick fusion, or maybe something like Necro Fusion your opponent's turn, so you cannot do that. And then we've got if we have to be actually accurate, we have other two conditions. So these really has heavy conditions, to be fair. So we've got no fusion monsters other than Dark Paladin, so there's no way you can go, for example, into Buster Blader, the Dragon Destroyer Sword's Omen, and so you can only play Dark Paladin as a fusion, but then you can play anything as an Xyz or a Synchro, for example. So that's not, you know, it's a good thing. This is a very good thing, as you will see for this deck list. And the other thing that I was talking about before is that you cannot include two copies of the same card in the deck, except for Dark Spellcaster type monsters. And this is what we're gonna do with Spellcaster type monsters. Keep in mind, guys, that this skill can be used twice per duel, once per turn, of course, so that's pretty nice. And boom! You may have seen from the thumbnail already, but I'm talking about GAGAGA monsters, GAGAGA Magician, GAGAGA Sister, and GAGAGA Child. Why? These little guys right here are all Spellcaster and Dark. So what happens is that you can actually play a consistent combo out of these guys, and these guys can share one property, and this is the fact that they can help you Xyz someone really easily. So basically it turned out that this deck can easily go into its first turn 1 strike bouncer, that is a very good turn 1 play. Or you can also go into a Neville's Worm Nightmare, that is a turn 1 play, a very good turn 1 play as well. Or last but not least, you can go into an Heaven Magician, that in some case can be also a nice first turn 1 play, because this guy, when it's destroyed, you get to summon a Dark Magician from your deck, and you get to pop a card on the field. I think this effect does not target, so that's pretty nice. Even if this guy says that he needs 2 level 7 spellcaster type monsters, because these guys are all spellcasters, so you do not need Dark Magician. You're not forced to use Dark Magician for the summon of this guy. And so basically, what's the combo? As you can see right here, I gave up Dark Magical Circle and the Navigation, because, you know, playing only one copy is not that good. I mean, it's just not worth it to play one copy and hope to draw it. So I just decided not to play it and go for something more consistent, and this is. So basically our normal summon can be or the Magician's Rod, that as you may already know, if you summon him and you use your illusion magic, you can simply add the illusion magic with the effect of a Magician's Rod. You basically have your one card fusion and go into your Dark Paladin, because of course with illusion magic you're gonna add a couple of Dark Magician. You're gonna return one of them back into the deck to add the Poly and the Buster Blader, and then you can just use the other one for the fusion. But if you happen to have another card to use, you know, with Dark Magician, you can also have a nice play with your Magician's Rod. If you already have all the pieces for your Dark Paladin, you can decide to add Strength and Unity. That I think it's a card you cannot decide not to play. Why? Because this is like your Dark Magical Circle, but with your Dark Paladin. So basically this deck can almost always summon a Dark Paladin, and thanks to Triple Rod you have high chances to go into your Strength and Unity. We basically play 4 and if you summon your Dark Paladin with your Strength and Unity, you get to banish a card on the field or in the graveyard of your opponent's side. So that's pretty good, honestly, the best combo out there. Then what we have next, among the Dark Magician Spell and Trap card, I've got of course Illusion Magic, and the last one is Dark Magic Expanded, because it can just be a nice protection for your Dark Paladin, just in case his 2900 attack won't be enough. You can just use this and boost him up to with 1000 attack more, so that's pretty nice. And also, just a quick play spell that you can use in your opponent's turn as a protection. And then it comes the Spice. We play triple Gagaga Sister, of course the main monster that will let us on normal summon, so you can just decide to go for your Magician's Rod or your Gagaga Sister, of course. With your Gagaga Sister you can add either a Gagaga Bolt, that is always a useless card. You know, being able to pop anything on the field is just so good. Most of the times you will actually have your Dark Paladin summon ready, but you can just normal summon your Gagaga Sister first, use the Gagaga Bolt for example on a back row, and then summon your guy, so just to be sure he won't be flat gated or Karmakaded or Canadian or whatever you like. So that's pretty nice. Or with your Gagaga Sister you can add a Gagaga Wind. Of course we can only play one copy of these cards because of the skill, and Gagaga Wind will allow you to special summon a Gagaga monster from your hand and make it level 4. Now with Gagaga Wind you can summon another Gagaga Sister, a Gagaga Magician, or a Gagaga Child. Now the point is that this little guy does not need the Gagaga Wind unless you want to go for a rank 6, because Gagaga Wind will make it level 4. So if you use then the effect of Gagaga Sister on the Gagaga Child you summon with Gagaga Wind, you make it both level 6 and you can go into your Photon Strike Bouncer. Otherwise you can just summon your Gagaga Child with its own effect, and if you have the Gagaga Sister, use the effect, make both level 4 and go into either your Malevolent Sin. But if it is a turn 1 play, you definitely want to go for the Nightmare, the actually as a support for from the last box. And then last but not least, Gagaga Magician. Why though? Because Gagaga Magician can basically make you choose what you want to for your XC summon. You can just decide its level, and if you do not have access to Sister, neither to your Rod, basically having your Gagaga Magician and the Child will allow you to summon anything for your first turn. You can just decide. The only the bad side of this is that if you use the Gagaga Child's effect to make its level equal to the one of Gagaga Magician, you cannot conduct your battle phase. So this is a perfect turn 1, but not so good as a turn 2, unless it is for protection. So ideally, if you go with these two guys on your first turn, you can either go for your Ebonheim Magician, making both level 7, you can go with your Strike Bouncer, making both level 6, or with your Nightmare, making both level 4. You can just choose. You can make the same thing, of course, with your GAGAGA sister and your GAGAGA magician. Of course, if you normal summon GAGAGA sister, you need to add the GAGAGA wind to summon the magician. And then even if the effect in the level of GAGAGA magician is 4 because of the effect of GAGAGA wind, you can always use the effect afterwards to make it 7, actually 5 to make a level 7, because keep in mind that the effect of GAGAGA sister makes both so that both have the total of the levels. Keep in mind that. And so guys, that's just so easy. It is just so easy, and it's a very nice way to play Master of Fusion Paladin. Honestly, I definitely prefer this version instead of the one with one copy of each trap, just because you cannot play triple Fiendish Chain or triple Kamikaze or triple, I don't know, Destined Rivals, for example. You cannot play anything on that because you have to play one copy. I just prefer to go with this, and I have a consistent play to go with. So guys, that was all for this explanation. I hope it didn't take too long. Sorry for that, but we can jump right into the replays. Here we go, my boys. We have the Pendulum Gazers with yugioh. Let's see what we've got. It's got the odd dice deck, as you can see. So just a couple of skill, then using the effect of odd dice Pendulum in the end phase to pop itself and be able to special summon a monster with the other guy. That's fine, and we've got a pretty good hand. So I decided to go with the GAGAGA sister, and then I made a misplay because I thought that popping that would be just enough, but it turned out that this guy can actually destroy another hot dice card if you're trying to target another one. So I ended up doing exactly what he wanted, because you can use the effect once again and bring out the same odd dice lancer again. But there are no worries right here. I can just use my GAGAGA wind to summon a GAGAGA magician using the effect to make it level 5, so that the sum of the levels is level 7. So the Ebonheim magician is here using the effect, bringing out the Dark Magician from the deck, and this is just a first turn kill. Dark Magician attacking using the effect of Ebon to banish that, and then going for a little. That's just how easy it is, my boys. There you go. Second duel, my boys, against Antinomy. Let's see. It's us to begin, and you know, because of Antinomy, I actually thought this was Tag Genius, so I decided to go with the Photon Strike Bouncer first turn. As you can see right here, we do not even need the GAGAGA Wind, because it is the first turn. We don't care about the effect of the bad side of the effect of GAGAGA Charge, even if we cannot conduct a battle phase, because it is the first turn, it doesn't mind, right? So we can just normal summon the GAGAGA Magician, use its effect to make it level 6, then special summon the child, use its effect, make it level 6 as well. Boom, first turn, Photon Strike Bouncer. That's how you do it. So let's see what it's got. Just a Sat monster and triple Sat. That's kind of scary. We've got Master of Fusion Paladin, as you can see right here, returning illusion magic to add a Buster Blader and a Polymerization right here. There you go. Polymerization. We also have a card to discard just in case he has a spell card. Then we can attack, but it's got Young Zing Creation. That was scary, honestly. So this was a big brain duel, actually. I mean, not that difficult of a duel, just, you know, I was afraid of anything he could do, but he ended up summoning this guy in defense, but he already used the effect, so I could just attack him and he has no effect. Luckily for me, I think he's got no, this is not another Young Zing card, otherwise you could have used the effect of Jiaotsu, but actually I could have negated it, so maybe that's why he just said that. So now I just made the mistake because I attacked the Sat monster, and this was a mistake. Why? Because now if he used the effect of Young Zing Creation, he's gonna have triple monster face up and he can synchro summon with all of them. Otherwise, if I had attacked this, this would have remained Sat, so there won't have problem. I mean, he could have used the effect to synchro summon, but I could have negated that. But now, because I did this misplay, he summoned two guys that can use the effect of quick synchro summon, so there was no point in negating that. I was waiting for the Biaxi, the Young Zing boss, to negate that the effect with the Photon Strike Bouncer, of course, but instead he went with the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, and I was unlucky because now with the boost of the Suani is anyway bigger than my Dark Paladin, so it was bad. Used the effect to pop everything. Of course I had to negate that with my Foreign Strike Bouncer. Then he just went with the Mystical Space Typhoon to make room for his sad card, but that's fine. He then of course got rid of my Foreign Strike Bouncer. I got a Rod, so I can use the effect to bring again to my hand Illusion Magic, and here comes the spice. Illusion Magic to grab a couple of Dark Magician. Now one can come back to the deck, and of course I activate Strength in Unity, the card I was talking about in the deck list breakdown. Now we've got one Dark Magician comes back to the deck, and the other one can be used for the Fusion Summon. But now, thanks to Strength in Unity, the Fusion Summon will allow me to banish a card from his field on his graveyard. Boom, goodbye to Horror Dragon Archfiend, and then he just could, because I guess those two cards were spell cards that I could just negate with my Dark Paladin. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Third duel, my boys, against Reginald Castle Shark. Okay, I don't know why I couldn't remember the name. So now it's me to begin, and I'm in a pretty good position because I have to make the correct choice. Now, little spoiler, I ended up with the wrong choice, but apparently it was not the wrong choice. What I did was I thought, of course, this deck relies on Monsters effect, so my idea was just to go with GAGAGA Wing to make it level 4 and go into Foreign Strike Bouncer, but this was a mistake. You know why? Because I forgot that if he has the Atlantean monster, the one with 0 attack, he can just special summon another monster. He can just normal summon another monster in addition to his first normal summon, and that is an effect you cannot negate. So the better idea would have had just to grab the GAGAGA Bolt, save it for the next turn, and then in this case just go into an Arrows of Nightmare, because at that point whatever he does, if he special summon a monster, I can just make that set. But I didn't do it, so I went with the Foreign Strike Bouncer, and this was the mistake. And look at that, of course he's got the Heavy Infantry, so you can use the effect to normal summon another one, but I can negate the effect of Diva though, so it wasn't that bad at all. So the effect was negated, but he's got a Silent Handler, so 3 monster level 4 XC summon into Dweller. You can use the effect, discard the infantry, and pop my Bouncer. Luckily I'm not dead. Let's see what we got. I've got the Dark Magic expanded. I decided to return that to the deck to go into a Dark Paladin, and at this point I'm in a good spot because he already used the card he can have to interrupt me, and usually the water deck only plays spell cards with the Treacherous, so if there's no Treacherous right here, I should be in a very good position. So there you go, polymerization into double the trouble Dark Paladin. We're gonna just attack the one. Of course I decided to go for the level 4 so that he cannot XC summon again, because now this guy is just useless. So he's got the effect, I don't know why honestly, and then he said this, maybe because he remembered he cannot activate it. Then I just set my GAGAGA Child, and then use the effect of Illusion Magic to grab a couple of Dark Magician and being able to use the skill once again. One comes back to the deck, and the other one is ready to be fusion summoned, to be used for the fusion summon of another Dark Paladin. At this point it just surrendered. I guess these were just Typhoon, because at this point I couldn't negate anything because I had no cards in my hand. That's how you do it. There you go. Here we go, my boys, 2-win streak. Let's see what we've got. This is a hand. This is one of the breakiest end, but you know, thanks to the skill you can make it decent. You can always return one to the deck and go with your fusion summon first turn, and at least you are able to negate a couple of spell cards, so you know it is not that bad at all in the end. So he's got the circle, I can just negate that. Nope, my man, I'm sorry. Then he's got the Monster Reborn, and I decided to not negate that because it wasn't a problem for me to have that. Then he's got the Planeteer and a sad card, so he had another level 7 monster, so he's ending the end phase. That's fine. we've got the perfect pick, GAGAGA sister to begin with, using the effect, taking a bolt, using the bolt on the sad card that it turned out to be a bluff, then a special summon of the GAGAGA child. Because we didn't use the effect of the child, we are able to conduct the battle phase, because to modify the level we use the effect of the sister. Both level 4, Malevolent Zing, using the effect, getting rid of the Dark Magician. Now an interesting would have been to see if this Dark Magician in the next standby phase would have come back to my field. I mean, it is a little strange. It shouldn't, I think. I don't know how you actually... If any of you does know how it works, please tell me in the comment section down below. So, but anyway, I decided not to see. I just went for lethal. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Last but not least, this was a loss for me, and stay till the end because this was just hilarious how I lost right there. So it is a Gaia player, so the Galloping Gaia field spell to make the combo works, of course. And then you go, he's got the Gaia the Magical Knife. We can just speed things up. He's got the same stuff, he's got double set, so better hand, the best hand ever. I've got only a GAGAGA charge to set, unfortunately. I can't do anything. I mean, I could have used the effect Illusion Magic to grab a couple of Dark Magician and summon my Dark Paladin, but there would be no point in doing that. You could have just, you know, popped it, so that's why I didn't. So he's got the battle phase, of course, and popping my GAGAGA child, boosting up. Top deck, GAGAGA Bolt. I normal summon the guy, he didn't expect this, of course. GAGAGA Bolt is here, but he's got the World's Legacy Clash to save is Gaia the Magical Knight of Dragons. But I can chain my Illusion Magic, tributing GAGAGA Child to add a couple of Dark Magician at this point. I can just use the fusion, actually the skill, to get the fusion out. Polymerization, it's time for me to use a spell called Polymerization. There you go, Dark Paladin is here, and with the boost of the Dark Magic expanded, I have lethal. But look at that, I attacked, I used Dark Magic expanded, and I clicked on the negate, and I surrendered, because of course I messed up. The Gaia the Magical Knight of Dragons would have come back, but that was not the problem. The problem would have been that with his field spell, he could have just had other stuff to his hand and make another Gaia Dragon. That's why I surrendered. So of course this was a win. I just misclicked, my boys. So guys, that was all for the commentary on replays. Of course, guys, if you have some questions, feel free to ask me whatever you want in the comment section down below. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.